Car production in the UK has hit a new historic low. The number of new cars made in 2022 has fallen to the lowest level since 1956. The drop marks a 10% fall from last year, which in itself was a historic low. Political instability and a shortage of semiconductor chips are being seen as the possible causes. Well, 775,014 units were sold in 2022, down 9.8% from 2021. Last year's figures showed a 40.5% decline compared with pre-COVID levels. Car makers are concerned that the country has not yet got a strategy to make itself competitive as a destination for manufacturing investment. The government says it is determined to ensure that the UK remains a top global location for car manufacturing. Manufacturers have maintained a target of 1 million vehicles in 2025. But experts say getting to pre-pandemic levels would require major investment and new makers to come to the UK. Firms are worried that the UK is falling behind the US and the EU when it comes to offering state aid to manufacturers. The UK Society of Motor Manufacturers says the figures were also impacted by the closure of Honda's factory in Swindon in July 2021. It added that the numbers were also affected by the fact that Vauxhall Astras are no longer being made at the Ellesmere port, and that's since April 2022. The Society of Motor Manufacturers and Trade has also highlighted that although 2022 was tough for car manufacturing, the UK still made more electric vehicles than ever before. Figures show record levels of electric cars were made in the country last year, with almost a third of all cars being made either being fully electric or hybrid. Well, for more on this, our correspondent Alex Isaac joins us live from London. Alex, the UK has a very proud heritage when it comes to car manufacturing, but these latest figures are pretty stark, aren't they?
Absolutely. A lot of that car manufacturing has been around for centuries. The Midlands is well known for it, many transport museums up there. But at the moment, people are feeling that they can't really afford to pay for new cars, and they're not looking to get them either. There's been a huge push in the country to get electric vehicles, hence we're seeing a lot more of those on the streets. But there isn't enough infrastructure for electric vehicles either, so people are starting to think of other forms of transport. And of course, since we had the COVID pandemic, people have been working from home a lot more, so they haven't been using their vehicles as regularly as they would have needed to before that 2021 hit, when we saw the decline there. Looking forward, how are we going to try and figure this out? Well, it seems to be yet another private sector wants money from the government. The government only obviously has so much to give, but they're saying that they can't change and adapt until they're getting the extra funding from the government, using the US and the EU as well, saying that their governments have put money into manufacturers to help boost production for cars over there. But there is a lot of confusion as well about what kind of cars that we will be looking to go forward. There was a huge push for hybrids. However, we've been told that they're not particularly as green as we thought they were. Now it's electric, and diesel, of course, is on the way out. So a lot of people on the streets are confused about exactly what car should they get, and they can't afford new expensive models. And here in London, the ULEZ is expanding as well, so that means that you'll have to have a car of a certain age and a newer car. A lot of people just can't afford it, and right now they're looking to try and figure out their day-to-day expenses rather than worrying about whether or not the UK should be the hub of car manufacturing as it once was in the past.
Alex Isaac joining us live from London there. Many thanks.